straight in to this best of three, the second best of three of the evening. PANDORE Esports versus Sleepy Gang. We're heading into Oregon demo. We have just been here but moments ago. But this time we have two fresh teams, five fresh players on either side, all eager to go.
Already, a unique ban. Capitao. It's always weird seeing operators who don't get played be banned.
Yeah, that's really valid. You know, the only map that I associate Capitao with is Coastline, honestly.
Mine would be Clubhouse.
Yeah, even then, it's seldom.
Yeah. Thatcher. No surprise. I mean, it's Thatcher, after all. Oh, another unique one. Oh, wait, never mind, it's Wamai. Probably a mirror, I think. Probably going to be a mirror. Oh,
it's a clash.
The walking mirror.
Well, let's see how these two stack up against each other, demo. Again, Clash, a little bit of a unique pick. I mean, I guess we're kind of getting what we asked for here in that we were questioning what would happen if the bans were a little bit more flexible from the two previous teams, and we've jumped in now and we've seen that. You know, we've seen different bans. Now really is the time for us to see what they're able to do with it. Obviously, Maverick being open, APAC going to waste no time picking onto that operator. Mirror not being played, not really too much of a surprise. Mirror can be quite situational, and you know, teams often want to give themselves a little bit more flexibility, particularly in the early part of the fixture when you can play a little bit more loose and fast, and you don't need to rely so heavily on that harder utility. I look toward operators like Oryx being brought in, for example. That's someone that you would potentially look to switch out with a mirror if it called for it, if you're constantly getting singled out on the roam or whatever it is that you are trying to achieve with that operator. You can, of course, switch things out at a later time. Hatch is no doubt going to start getting opened up and allow Oryx that free line of rotation. Himself up into attic nice and quickly. With the addition of a couple of mute jammers as well. Do you think that Mute's going to make his way back onto site there, demo, and just try and lock things down, give Oryx a little bit of security upstairs?
Yeah, another player that is also there that catches my eye is K6, Pro League player, ex-Pro League player. He's in this roster as well, so we do have some ex-PL people in this league, which is nice to see.
I didn't notice that, actually. It wasn't listed on the Liquipedia.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Listed
Yeah,
inside of the roster, which is nice to see.
Didn't see that one. Obviously, new faces as well, which is always exciting to see new French people, because you know that they are some of the best players in this game, hands down.
Mello going to get himself into a bit of an early frag car here. As you can see, frag grenades are getting tossed on through. He has two ADSs at his disposal. Plenty of players for Pandore stacking up on the side of this doorway, though. The slew of utility comes flying on in, as even frag grenades being used to try and burn those ADSs. Ash, no doubt, going to swing on in with a reaching round at some point and say goodbye to the shield. Doesn't give Mello anything to peek off, but now he has the element of surprise. Who would peek a door that has the shield already blown? He will be droned and forced back a little bit further. Finding himself in a bit of a sticky spot as the wall hasn't been fully reinforced, but does manage to make his rotation. It's now control of Tarps, and Drio's on the back of the rear stage stairs, finds a nice kill over onto that Jaeger, who was just struggling to find a footing after getting pushed so early.
It's always good to get things kicked off with an opening kill if you're attacking, and there's a second for them as well. Drio, is that a third for him? My word, we were getting a little bit sleepy here, but no, we're wide awake.
No, just no, Demo. Too early for those for the pun game to come through already.
Man's got a triple kill.
Not too early for a flawless round though.
Unbelievable.
It's the kind of skill that a player like K6 can bring into a lineup there, as you see him making it look oh so easy to pick up those final 2 kills. Nice early round for the attackers there.
It's a good way to kick things off. I mean, obviously, we're going to be a bit biased, Ollie. Not biased to any of the teams, but we just hope one of them 7-0 so we can go to bed.
Yeah, I think that Medic's our marvelous observer is probably hoping that somebody 7-0s as well. I mean, he's looking fondly towards his bed and a 50-mile-an-hour shower.
I mean, one of us could observe and we let him go to sleep.
Oh, I don't think that's anything that he wants to associate himself with.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with my observing. There's nothing wrong with my observing, Ollie.
I mean, well, there is. Otherwise, you'd be doing what Medics does.
Oh.
And you're not.
And there it is.
You're a mere talker.
A mere speech. That's not good. And I'm not a big fan of that.
I mean, you struggled with the word neglected earlier.
5 seconds left.
Yeah, and you struggle to get out of gold. So who's the real winner?
I mean,
Objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
I'm not sure, Demo. I can get out of gold in a heartbeat. I just gotta. Have you ever seen Anchorman?
Of course.
Great film, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know the shell that they blow to assemble?
Yep.
All I gotta do is blow the shell, and there'll be a rank stack at my fingertips.
So your rank stack is what? Affy? Dez?
Nah, I reckon we get Jackers in.
Wow. A Jack! Ha!
That's why I'm in gold, by the way, is because Jackers always exploits me when I'm unranked.
Make me laugh.
Early on.
Unbelievable.
I always get bad placement games. Anyway, enough of the trials and tribulations experienced in ranked. Let's focus instead towards some players that can play, and that's these 10. Maverick is going to be looking to open up some hatches. APAC upstairs. Not sure if he's aware that Easy is playing inside a kitchen. Easy going to be slow peeking pretty much every corner. Not working off much intel at this point in time, but he doesn't need to. EIZ has managed to pick up a kill, and that's the Fuser Cold. The flank comes in, chip damage is done. Easy finds one. Can he confirm the second? No. Anthem, 1 hit point and a dream at this point. Free firing desperately, just trying to do something before the inevitable. Hatch has not been opened, and that's given Freezer, or made Freezer, sorry, a little bit safer. It's now going to be on K6 to try and push on through, clear up this Roma, and start to salvage this round slightly. Anthem, he's going to get taken out. Easy now hits a double kill on the round. Finally does get traded out, but it feels too little too late. Diffuser still cold and unlikely to be recovered. Steer's going to be pushing his way down Freezer stairs. Got a lot of utility to wade through. We know there's a Goyo playing down there, likely a C4 in hand as well, as there are still 2 left remaining. And K6 framing up for a backside push.
2v4, doable, but we will have to see some immaculate gun skill, though, from Pandora. Let's see how they want to move in and play this one out. K6, he's not really sure which avenue he wants to approach. It looks to be the laundry stairs, though, is going to be his option. Stiz coming in from Freezer as well. Now that is God's good fortune to give them a 1 kill back. Let's see if they can find any more. Stiz has got that crossfire now, but they need to get rid of the Goyo inside of Freezer still. This is going to be very, very close, down to the wire. All depends on who wins these gunfights, Ollie.
Well, K6 is looking to try and win out on his, but instead Eisen's going to take out both of them. As the final 2 kills come through, the SMG-11 doing the business even at those medium ranges. Last kill there nicely got through the smoke as well. Already trading round for round. Pandore 1, Sleepy 1. Starting to wake up, Demo.
Good to see that we have, yet again, another match that may go OT and OT and another OT. I don't know what Medics is going to do. It's, what, 11:30 for him in Europe? I mean, we're also in Europe, but we're like a different time zone than Europe. So it's almost 12 o'clock for him. I think if the game isn't done by like 2 his time, we just let him go and we just have just like an overlay of like just the map. That's it. We just have like one thing. We don't see any spectating. We just leave it on one frame and that's it.
Well, what do we talk about? Do we just podcast it?
We can podcast it. Don't know if you've heard, but I like a good podcast.
I think Medics has got a shift left in him just yet. I mean, at this point, I reckon he could observe in his sleep.
He's, again, like I said, everyone thinks he's a god amongst men. No.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
You can stop worrying about grenades now.
I think Demo's jealous.
What?
And that's it. That's what you get, ladies and gentlemen. Demo.
You see, I'm the opposite of Medics. You see, he's like the guy where everyone, oh yeah, Medics. Oh yeah, we love Medics. And then everyone's like, oh, it's Demo. Oh.
Resident Sleeper. Has there been any Resident Sleeper in the chat?
I don't know, it's fell off a little bit. I'm quite annoyed, to be honest. So.
Have we had any cat jam?
Wait, hold on a minute. What's cat jam?
What's a cat jam?
Don't know. I like in the Nomad pick. It's always a fun one.
My flabber is gasted. You don't know what a cat jam is?
Of course I do. It's me. Oh, that is already something that I did not expect. Straight off the rip, Maverick goes in for the wall, and Deju's as well victim of a very basic trick.
This is more the Oregon that we're used to seeing. It's a battle for this attic control.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
This is exactly what we were expecting to see back in the previous game. A large force of these attackers stacked up on that attic side and looking to try and make some inroads while still operating individually, trying to get that master bedroom open. We've seen a bit of utility deployed underneath. Driaz has managed to remove any mute jammers. Of course, no Cade, no bandits, and no ability to run a trick onto that wall. Now only a matter of time till Stiz gets himself in and uses his Excaros parts and opens up that wall, applying and furthering pressure.
Located a bomb.
EIZ looking to try and hold it down as he's in a good position really to peek onto that breach as and when it gets open. The big question here is this attic control. Mello looking to maybe swing on this half wall. Pre-fires as he goes, finds one. Can he find a second? No, dipping in and out of cover. K-Sneak's really struggling now. He's got 2 targets to bear in mind, and well, he's just receiving a lot of chip damage in turn. EIZ finds a kill with a C4, and the attic control is looking more and more unlikely as this round progresses. 30 seconds remaining, 3 versus 4, and all 3 attackers in different locations, pushing from different sides.
Yeah, this happened last time for them as well in that 2v4, and right in front of the shield, and Stiz doesn't have the reactions to get that kill, and another collapse. Sleepy Gang hold on to the defense. 2 in a row for them.
Sleepy really starting to ramp things up now as they pick 2 rounds up in a row. It did look unlikely for the attackers, if we're being honest, as there was no potential really for them to get a trade-off in those few seconds, especially when all 3 of them are pushing from different areas. And that's the disadvantage of spreading yourself a little bit too thinly. Sometimes a more direct approach is better, especially when you've got difficult areas like attic to contend with. Sleepy did a really good job at holding the attackers at bay. They're going to move now downstairs to kitchen and dining and look to pick up 3 rounds on the trot.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Still pretty early
bombs.
on in this best of 3. We're in round number 4 now, and so far no clear indication as to how at least this first map's going to go. It's been fairly back and forth stuff. I think Pandora have maybe had a couple of lackluster rounds and maybe looking to make a bit of a mark here in round number 4.
Down to my favorite bomb site, into the dining. Look at that pick. Well, well, well. What do we have
10
here?
seconds
A
left before
warden.
insertion.
So, warden, what's he good at?
5 seconds.
Flashbangs and smokes. Who's he good against? Glass and Ying.
Attackers
Are
objective
they in the
is
meta?
defuse the bomb.
No. So it doesn't make him in the meta. That's the thing. He's a great operator, but for a different time. That's the thing with Warden.
I mean, Warden's like James Bond, though. Surely James Bond is it necessary?
I mean, he's American, so already he's not James Bond.
I mean, are we really going to let nationality get in the way of
Yes.
what Warden could be?
Without nationality, then there's anarchy.
But he looks sharp.
He's also part Secret Service, mate. Come on, get with the program.
Yeah, you gotta admit he looks sharp. He's got the cool glasses
He worked.
as well.
He worked for. Quick, name an American president. Bush. He worked for Bush.
Maverick tricking is successful. APAC there, leaving that wall nice and soft, ready for one of the soft breaches to come on through and open things up. Very surprising that so much control has been given up of meeting. Look at how confident Pandore are operating in that area.
Oh.
That's disgusting.
Went for a bullet hole on white, and then himself got tapped in the dome.
That's on the list of things you hate to see.
Unless you're the person who just got the kill, then you're thinking, oh well, that's good for me because now I've got a kill.
Got a kill and removed some soft breach, which means that it's going to be on Anthem actually to rotate himself around, as I'm not sure if they've got that wall open inside a meeting yet.
Yeah, here's the thing about this take, is that obviously you can attack from meeting, it is vile, but it is much tougher to really take control. You have to go above, which is the main issue. You don't need to do that for small tower. You could just push in straight from small tower, plant and dining. If you want to go kitchen, you need to take control of kids. As we've seen above, there is numerous roamers who are lurking above holes that will deny anybody wanting to push in. We've seen somebody trying to come in free attic and have been denied automatically. K6, though, does pick up the pieces, but there is still kids to deal with. I mean, Stiz is trying his best on the rappel, but nobody needs to peek. You don't see a lot from that angle anyway. They've even reinforced off the walls, and 40 seconds to go. They're only hunting the roamers now? Yeah, I just don't think this is going to work out well for Pandore.
It is a little bit like a recipe for disaster, and the time almost delaying the inevitable. K6 looking to pressure on into kids' dorms, but Diju is going to be in there holding a pretty soft angle. Challenges on, does lose the gunfight as K6 wiggle peeks his way through, but is it going to be enough? With only 16 seconds left remaining, there's still a lot of work left to do, and a smoke on site to deal with. No toxic babe canisters, however. APAC looking to try and get the diffuser down on the threshold. Is it going to be enough? Can Steers provide sufficient shoulder cover? K6, he goes down. A lot of gunfire will ensue. The timer is on 0.
You are out of time.
DIZ, he finds a kill on so easy, but it is going to be a bit of friendly fire damage. Is that a bugged breach that we dealt with?
Oh, no.
That's on the list of things you hate to see.
Capital D colon. Oh. That is, yeah, it's not fun.
Is that a cat jam or no?
I mean, that's a capital D colon if I've ever seen one. Just don't know where it's going to go. Like, I mean, granted, it's in the lead right now for the defense, but rounds that could have went
Attackers
either
need to
way.
locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
I mean, there are rounds that could have gone either way, but in reality, have we seen anyone on the side of Pandore step up, or has it just been the K6 and Driaz show?
That's a good point to argue.
Let's be real, look at the scoreboard. We've seen 4 rounds now, and we've seen 2 players on that team get kills.
Good eye. Didn't notice that. Yeah. Really puts it in the kind of limelight of what we're actually dealing with, and that is 2 players who are in the team where everyone else stands idly by and waits to see what happens.
You know,
Attackers must locate
we
and
do
defuse the
stress that
bomb.
kills aren't everything, but in this meta particularly, you're not only going to be burning utility and doing the best work that you can, but you've also got to be getting the kills.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just be leaving the kills down to 2 players because there's not enough. You know, there's not enough to go around there. It's a lot of pressure on K6's shoulders. He's gone 6 and 2 so far. He's doing fantastic if you think about 4 rounds of siege, 6 kills, 2 deaths. Great numbers. But he's playing on the Nomad. You've got Anthem on the Ash, struggling to make anything happen.
Oryx. Well, where have they thought of a strategy that this will work? I mean, oh my word. Who in their right mind thinks I'm getting hunted, somebody's on the rooftop who's just tried to kill me through the window, hold on a minute, I'm gonna swing him and get the kill. What a mad lad. Oh my word. Someone stop this man. Ollie, get in there and stop that man.
The thing is, you know, one-shot headshot mechanics a thing, so you look at that gunfight and you think, oh, he was miles off. All he needs is one lucky bullet and he's grabbed himself another kill there. He needs to be shut down here because so far he's just running rampant on that top floor, and he's got the ability of, you know, little bursts of speed, can make quicker rotations, can obviously drop down hatches and reappear if he so wishes. A halfway point in the round, and only now we're seeing Anthem gain control of meeting. It really doesn't look good at all. Easy is going to pick off the Drios. That's the only other player that's got any sort of kill involvement on side of Pandore. So, saying that, Anthem's finally stepped himself up. Round number 5, he finds his first kill. It just feels like too little too late in this round. A minute left, 4 versus 2. K6 has got control of these back stairs. What is he going to be able to do with it? His location known. Trying to hold on to pillars, but he knows that someone's likely going to be pushing on through. The defenders arguably are playing a little bit more aggressive than they need to at this point, but Easy with the Vector and the nice 1.5 times scope. It's going to be all it needs to keep a nice angle over onto those rear stage.
Look at this. Double setup, crossfire for the door. Pre-fire goes in, they trade, but there is still a smoke lurking. In wait, on the belly, shotgun, ready to go. I don't think APAC is very fast, and no, he is not. And the final kill goes in the way of Easy. Sleepy Gang, 4-1.
Things are looking pretty good for Sleepy Gang at this point, but don't forget they are on the defense. Inherently easier. That being said, I'm not too concerned for them based on the play that we've seen so far from Pandore. They do seem to be struggling to make things work, struggling with a bit of synergy and struggling to find those kills. A couple more players entering at the kill department now as it's starting to look a little bit more evenly spread. But if you want an even spread of kills, let's have a look at the side of Sleepy. 5, 4, 4, and 0. DG, the only player not finding the scoreboard just as of yet, but his team are doing a very equal job between them at distributing those kills, all proving that they are more than capable of stepping up when it matters. Upstairs now to dorms. Previously we saw a bit of a struggle from Pandore as they tried to enter through attic, big window, and master bedroom, but it all was just a little bit too much when push came to shove.
Keep in mind, this is only the first map of this series. No matter what happens in Oregon, we will be guaranteed a cafe nonetheless. And, well, who will be leading as we head to cafe? Will it be Sleepy Gang? 4-1 up at the moment. Could make it 5-1 if they have another great defense in towards their kids and the way that they've been playing. Well, not more so the way that they've been playing, the way Pandore have been playing. Yeah, I can kind of believe it.
Where are Pandore going to be setting themselves up? It looks as though we're seeing pretty much a carbon copy of what we got 2 rounds ago over in round number 4. Worth mentioning, this is of course the last round for Sleepy on the defense. I'm sure they're going to be very upset about that because they do seem to be doing a good job here on the defense. They managed to find a nice opener. You can't always pick who you get, but to be able to take out the Maverick of all people, that puts a real big spanner in the works of any sort of attic push that Pandore had planned.
They're making it look easy now. They're making it look easy. And another one.
You've got to have that on your
3v5.
soundboard.
A minute just gone. 2 minutes still to go. You've lost the Maverick. You've lost the flank protection. You still have to deal with the Goyo and the C4. You just about missed.
You must have DJ Khaled on the soundboard.
Nope. Can't say I
don't.
do. Can't say I do. Oh.
Stiz. He's going to find one onto EIZ. EIZ maybe just getting a little bit overzealous there. But it's argued that he can afford to at this stage. You know, there's not a great deal of pressure that Pandore are going to be able to provide here. Drio's still yet to get control downstairs and to use his Zephyr charges to destroy some floorboards to allow any sort of hard breach to go off. It looks essentially going to get peeked here. His eyes in hand, ready to try and make something happen. Still looking maybe to try and get that master bedroom wall open. They've got the diffuser in hand, which is a bit of a tick. Is it going to be enough? Desperately searching for some vertical angles, but the defenders know better than to expose themselves through there. Stiz maybe looking to push on aggressive, does so and dies. It could be a bit of a die for Pandore, but instead they're going to find a kill elsewhere. He's able to grab more troubles as Stiz now left hopelessly pushing onto that thing. Easy hit this trend. Diju does the rest. Sleepy Gang solid on their first phase here.
Sleepy Gang just sweeping them under the rug. Since that Maverick kill happened, we've really doubted the, you know, how well Pandore could have won that round, but just nowhere near it, to be honest. And I just look at how the rest of that round played out. There's a minute to go. Wall wasn't opened. A mute jammer in the wall. They couldn't get rid of it. They tried to go below. Somebody was waiting for him to pick the holes. Just everything that could have went wrong for Pandore. But on the brighter side of things, they're now off their horrific attacks that just did not work for them, and now they get the defense where they can get things going. Siege, game of two halves. Now we can see a pullback. We can see a 7-5 for all we know. That can happen. Overall, I mean, looking at how the entire defense played out, they set up, I think, very, very common, just very basic, nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, there was a couple of picks here or there. I look at the Oryx pick, I think, well, that's not common. But most of their setups that they were doing were common. It was just more or less the operators that they were choosing were a little bit different. Just like we seen from Sleepy Gang, Goyo also being brought to the table by Pandore. That's going to be great for holding down that trophy. It's obviously K6 isn't going to be there the entire round. That's there just to burn a bit of utility, but in a game like Siege, with the current meta where it is all about that utility burn, just taking a little bit of time out to make them use some utility, waste some time, it is going to be handy. Oh.
Onto Repel and narrowly missing out on a C4 toss there from Anthem. Nice little bit of early C4 usage there that the attackers will love to see. It gives them a little bit of surety. Drios is going to be picking up their opener onto EIZ, but Mello responds pretty quickly indeed. The kill flying on through, giving an advantage firmly in Sleepy's favour. Don't forget, this is a potential match point for them. If they get this, it puts them on 6 rounds, and they're only 1 round away from confirming Oregon and taking us straight on into Cafe. A much different game than what we saw first tonight, as our first 2 teams, well, they battled back and forward, but this has been much more of a one-sided affair. Diju picking up one onto APAC, and it seems only a matter of time as these defenders are getting very heavily pressured nice and early on. There's so much of the round remaining. 1 minute 50 seconds, and still 4 attackers searching these last 2 defenders.
K6 trying to hit a couple of shots, but can't find it. And okay, he's even dropped down, and oh, tries to go for the gunfight, but K6, he's quicker on the mouse. Still, though, I think it's okay to give up that kill. You know, 2v3 now. You could have chanced it. Obviously, they would have wanted him still alive, but I don't think it's the biggest worry. All 3 of them are stacked up together inside a trophy. With a minute to go, they have some drone work to do as well, and actually smoking off the door to push in now in towards Attic. 2 of them pushing in aggressively. Stiz, though, shuts down Diju's, but Mello, he's there for the retrade in K6. He doesn't get close. Mello on another level. Sleepy Gang, match point.
It's a big play from Melo there to pick up those final 2 kills, working off a lot of information. It was a shame as well because K6 had a C4 in hand. I thought with the way that the attackers were stacking up, there was a lot of potential for a collateral C4 kill there, but it didn't even come to that. Match point now for Sleepy after only 7 rounds of play. They have really done a number here on Oregon. Laundry room and supply is where we will potentially have our final round. And Pandore, well, you don't really want to be getting 7-1 in the first map of a best of 3. That can do a lot to the mental game of a team. Easy is making it look easy for Sleepy so far, sitting on 8 kills and 3 deaths, consistently getting 1 kill per round and only dying half of the time.
One attack is all it takes for Sleepy Gang to push over and give us a very quick map number 1. Medics is rejoicing. Just having a little dance. Does Croatia have like a national dance? Do we have a national dance, Ollie?
No.
Do we have one?
10 seconds left.
I don't know if we have one.
I'm not sure.
Obviously,
I've not been taught it.
Obviously, for America, it's the Cha-Cha Slide. Is there a national dance?
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
I feel like we must have like a jig or something that we can do, you know? Maybe some Morris dancing. You'd love some Morris dancing, wouldn't you?
Don't know what that is.
Yeah,
Is that Morrison's make that?
No, you know what Morris dancing is, surely.
Nope.
Demo, I've seen you. You played in a band, like I know.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Torch is ready.
I think Demo played the drums, did he? You feel like a drummer. I'm sure it was a drum that you played. He's not talking, so it's obviously correct.
I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
How much health do you think that EIZ is going to lose on that?
I mean, he's lost
Maverick
25
hatch?
already, which is a bit of a blunder.
It's certainly not ideal, but it gets done nonetheless. Something that we did see Pandore struggle with was this freezer control. Let's see how Sleepy are able to react, because so far they've done a better job at getting the hatch open.
Yep.
They've not died in the process. It looks as though laundry hatch is getting opened as well. Melo itching to get himself down there and continue the kill streak that he was on from the previous round.
A lot of ADS stack, and I'm pretty sure they've moved all their utility from blue and put it in towards freezer now. Obviously, the thing about this bomb site is as soon as you know a team's committing to one side, they're going to commit to it no matter what. This is a map and a bomb site that you can't, you know, think of trying to go for both sides. You have to go for one. There's not enough utility in the game to try and go for two. There's not enough time as well, so they know what they're going to be forced to go for. C4 gets shot midair, but it doesn't matter, as the man he was aiming for is dead nonetheless. Stejuice is gone, and Stiz has been downed and killed by the Goyo shield, so that is the trade. 4v4, a minute to go. Freezer control is established for Sleepy Gang, and oh my word, long angle fights.
Drop the bomb defuse.
And I'm pretty sure that Anthem is going to be thinking, why did I peek that one?
Anthem's certainly going to be asking himself some questions there. Drios getting himself into a fight on side of pillars. Just repositions instead.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Keeps himself alive for a few more seconds as K6 finds one onto EIZ. Eisen got a bit of work to do alongside Milo now, as a bit of a rotation is coming through. The freezer push not successful, and Pandore read very nicely into the utility switch up. Drios finds one onto Eisen, and Melo left with no option but to repeat the same angle his teammates just died from, and well, that was very inevitable and predictable indeed, as Drios finds not one but both of those final kills in the round. That's a much needed round for Pandore, their first in a very long time.
Keeps them in it. That's the basement locked out for them though, so they do have to either go upstairs or to another bomb site. Looking at that attack, I'm not the biggest fan of laundry takes. I don't think it's as good as the value you get from doing blue. Obviously, blue is going to be tough because you have to burn through heaps of utility, and You know, there's a lot of different angles that defenders can peek you from. I look towards pillar. They usually leave one side of the electric wall open to give them some free range to really go at it with some of the 1.5 times that they have at their disposal. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just not set on it. I'd much
Attackers
rather
need
go
to
blue.
locate and defuse bombs.
I think, yeah, blue has a lot more potential for you to sort of kind of half commit to it and dip in and out of it. As soon as you get committed into that freezer, it just becomes a C4 fest, and there's so much utility flying on through, so many angles that you've got to try and check. It really does become quite a difficult position, especially when the defenders are given the time and space to redeploy pretty much all of the utility into holding it. That's maybe the time to switch things up and get stuck into blue, because, you know, blue can be quite nice if you can get the control of it along with that rear stage stairs. And that's something that we saw PANDORE, you know, trying and kind of getting down to some degree, but just ultimately losing gunfights on. But still, PANDORE, a long way to go. Sleepy Gang have only got to get one more round, and they're going to take Oregon. Even if you just put it down to luck, they only need to get lucky once. PANDORE need to get lucky, you know, another 4 times to take this to overtime. So pretty much delaying the inevitable at the moment. But as we say, anything can happen. It wouldn't be beyond the realms of possibility for PANDORE to really start pulling this back.
Using the banner pellets onto the castle barricades. No real issues with that. I mean, whenever you have the Maverick, that's pretty much your big hard break. So you can go for it if needed. It's going to be the kill, though, in favor of PANDORE. They get the first blood, and as quick as he got the kill, Drioz is out of there. And that is the Maverick. This is not good for Sleepy Gang.
No, Sleepy Gang not looking too hot at the moment. Mello could do a little bit of work here, though, as he's getting droned up Armory stairs. K6 in prime position behind a Goyo. Mello just waiting for the call. Barbed wire, of course, going to give him away, but he should still be able to secure the kill. It is going to free up his teammate gaining access into Armory, but K6 there with a very nicely timed trade. So whilst the control of Armory can now be gained, it has come at a cost.
3v4, going to be tough for Sleepy Gang to pull it back. Ace, I don't know if he can get in, and using the Goyo shield to push away the Jaeger, and that's an easy pick. Have they got rid of the bandits? Because that is going to be their main way into the bomb site, is obviously through the bedroom, and no, they have not. They need to go below and get those, and it's going to have to be the Zofia to get rid of that. This is where losing the Maverick really hinders them now.
There's still quite a bit of time left, though. Sleepy Gang are good at moving quickly in the early stages of the round.
No impacts.
They've not got themselves into the worst position possible. It looks as though Easy is going to get that wall open, as you say, Demo. No impact grenades available, and Diju going to be allowed to push his way on through aggressively now. He knows that somebody is going to be behind the couch, and the pre-fire is going to be all it takes. 3 versus 2 now, as this round is quickly coming back into Sleepy's favor. This is match point, don't forget. This is to take us onto Cafe already. APAC playing a close angle. K6 top of those white stairs. He's desperately searching for an angle. Really trying to keep a conscious eye on that big window, but it isn't going to be enough. Eisen is going to find that kill, and APAC all alone. 1 versus 3, diffuser going down. He can hear the whoop-whoop going off, but it isn't going to be enough of an indicator. Swings on the corner, doesn't manage to find the down, but does get some chip damage. Confirms 1 kill. Can he go all the way? Gets a down onto Easy. This is very doable now. Does he know that he's got the down there? APAC and Diju now locked into the 1 versus 1. This is very doable here for the smoke. All he's got to do is locate this last remaining attacker. He knows where the diffuser is located. Maybe the shotgun would be a better play here. Goes for the pre-fire shots. Comes in with the clutch. APAC. He finishes things off. He's in the 1 versus 3. He's even going to go and confirm Easy with a knife for the triple. Loads of time left to hit that diffuser. What a fantastic clutch round there from APAC.
Defenders have disabled the bomb diffuser.
Unreal. APAC wins it out. Post-plant. Best clutch of the evening by far. I thought that was locked. It was done. All squared up, but no. No. APAC's like, I think we'll play for another round. And that's exactly what they're going to be doing. Playing another round. 6-3 still match point for Sleepy Gang. But that's 2 rounds now they've lost in a row. However, this is the big however, we now have to see a tertiary bomb site from Pandore.
Losing a 1 versus 3 like that isn't easily forgive demo. You know, that's a round that Sleepy should be walking away with every single time. Now, you know, the probability is that they will still win this game because, as we've spoken about, they only need 1 round. However, Pandore need 3 to even take this to an overtime. But those rounds really do start to hurt, and they can hurt the mental of a team as well as just the fact that they've lost 1 and hurting the scoreboard. Things can start to slip, and if bickering ensues, then it could be time for Pandore to strike back. And all of a sudden, if they get this to 6-4, 6-5, it starts to look very doable indeed for them. Sleepy Gang needs to come out with a vengeance here and nip this in the bud as quickly as possible, because they still want that level of momentum moving into the next map as well. You know, if Pandore pick up another couple of rounds here, sure, they may lose Oregon, but they could be hitting their stride by the time that we get to Cafe, and Villa is always just around the corner.
Loading new mag. Swapping mags.
Alibi comes into the fray of things. Alibi is, I think, an okay operator for the current meta. I think that she gets the deployable shields. It is pretty good. Strong gun, destructibility as well, if the shotgun. Gadget is meh. Gadget is probably one of the most weak. I think, honestly, the weakest gadget I think a defender can get. Honestly.
But arguably some of the best kit.
Yes. Obviously. One of the best kits. One of the worst gadgets.
First time that meeting has been chosen as a bomb site here, and I wonder if we're going to see why. Stiz, he's already got himself locked into the top of those rear stage stairs. Unlikely really to be able to make his way out of here. He's going to have to fight out of this corner he's found himself in, as Ace has been given free passage to open up pretty much the entirety of that rear stage wall, giving the attackers both access and line of sight access on into sight. Nade now being cooked by EIZ, and it's going to land perfectly. It gets Stiz down. There's not a lot of opportunity for him to be revived now. A drone will confirm the down, and, well, Eisen's going to jump on in and say, I fancy that kill. I'm going to use my lifeline to achieve it.
Uses the impact, secures the kill, kills the kill at the end of the day. K6 is the pivotal man for the defense. He needs to stay alive. He's the smoke. Great pick from APAC. However, Easy has the retrade, and it will be Anthem who's gone off the table now. So a 4 versus 3 in favor of Sleepy Gang. And I mean, Easy, you see the guy behind the shield. This is probably where he's thinking, damn, maybe shouldn't have went for the kill.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have one of those lifelines ready for a shield, but it is no matter. As Easy as confirming that diffuser. Drios peeking up these rear stage stairs. 1 versus 3. We've seen it done before from APAC. Can we see it being done by Drios now? Diffuser will be confirmed, and he's forced to make a long, arduous rotate. Maybe even going to go back and re-peek onto the stairs. Who knows? But the likelihood is that there's a drone on his location, and a crossfire will be being established. Sleepy Gang are unlikely to make the same mistake twice here as he pushes his way on through. It is going to be a trade, but it matters not. Sleepy, they're going to lock in round number 7. They're going to confirm Oregon, and they're going to take us with a 1-map advantage into Cafe.
That is a pretty good start for Sleepy Gang. Even though they did slip up in 2 rounds there, I mean, I think they were never really worried about this game. I think that was their game. They definitely shown that. So, yeah, I think overall for Sleepy Gang, they have set their precedent now and how well they can play. And if they can keep it going, and if they can roll into Cafe with another dominant scoreline, then they could be real contenders for this entire season.
We are going to jump to a very short break while we get this next lobby set up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few.
Let's see how well these teams can square up on Cafe. Dostkowiecki. Just across from the Kremlin, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is where this setting is held.
Fun fact.
Fun fact indeed. Bands. Thatcher again. I expect Wamai as well. Probably another one. It's the Thatcher. Wow. I mean, it's not even like it's not even if it's like, oh yeah, wow, you predicted the bans. I mean, it's the most obvious thing in the world.
I mean, maybe to you, Demo, but there are mere mortals like me that are just, you know, in awe every single time you get a map pick.
I am not a god amongst men. I am a god amongst gods.
Is that a quote off one of your cartoons?
What?
You heard.
No, I made it up in the spot.
It sounds like a quote off one of your Marvel cartoons.
Does sound like a quote, but I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, bans. Nothing strange there. Nothing strange.
No, nothing beyond the realms of possibility as carbon copy of the bans that we saw in the previous game, aside from the mirror. Of course, that was a clash ban over on Oregon. Mirror's still having a bit of value here on Cafe as well, though. And Drioz is potentially going to show us that, but he doesn't want to show Sleepy that just yet. Maybe going to secretly 6-pick.
Straight away, we had the kitchen. Right up the rip. Oh, that is very unfortunate if the IQ gets 6-picked. Oh, that is... I mean, that's just one of those moments where you think, okay, we'll bring the IQ, you know, Valkyrie's available, very good in Cafe, same with Echo. Bang! There's nobody there. You switch off the IQ. Oh, look, they 6-pick onto a Valk.
He's been Barry Scotted.
Well, who is that?
The Silly Bang guy. You said bang.
Bro, you're too old.
You said bang.
You're too old.
The dirt is gone.
Too old.
How am I too old? You know exactly what I mean.
Of course I do, but I don't know the guy's name.
Well, it's like Harry Demo Dempster. It's like, hi, I'm Barry Scott. This is Silly Bang. It's basically the same thing.
5 seconds to go.
Valk Shield. This has been a much more common thing than you would, you know, believe it not to be. A lot of teams have been bringing that gadget. The thing about the Valk Shield is that obviously C4s is like the go-to, but the fact that the operators that they want for this bomb site, like the Kaid, I think is the main one that you definitely want to bring for kitchen, doesn't get the shield, then you have to kind of make up for that. And obviously Kaid still has a C4, so it's basically like, obviously you're losing on that operator who would want to use it, but you still don't necessarily lose it overall.
I think we've seen a lot of Goyo tonight as well, which really does lend itself to, you know, people bringing more shield operators as well, Demo.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, attacker shields have definitely fallen out of the meta. I don't see as much Monty as what we kind of used to. Perhaps because of the changes, the way with how his shield works now whenever he takes some damage. With the whole, you know, the shield thing that they kind of changed up. So maybe that's the reason why we don't see as much, but... I mean, he still has his possibilities. Blitz is Blitz. Unless you're an NA, you're not running Blitz, so that's not really much of a thing that you should worry about. So it's just the way the meta shifts and changes. You know, we might see, you know, the next like year, oh my word, Blitz is the most overpowered thing. Oh my word, look at this, yada yada yada. That could happen.
Very possibly indeed, Demo. It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see if shields do fall into the attacker meta a little bit more after we see the, you know, changes come through from the test server. That's always a potential. If the attackers are freed up to pick onto who they would like, then maybe they can have that flexibility to bring, you know, somebody other than, you know, your very typical Zafir, sometimes even an Ash. You know, they're staple operators purely to deal with, you know, this soak meta that the defenders have at their fingertips. See a couple of those operators, you know, be removed, and all of a sudden it gives you a little bit more freedom.
Smoke goes down into the corridor, perhaps just to cover off the angles that the defenders are going to try and play. Drioz is dead, though. He's gone. He did get that first opening kill, but has finally been finished off, and a nade kill as well. APAC is gone. Now it's a 3 versus 4 in favor of the attackers. Stiz, he's on the long bar. Let's see how he can get out of this one. He doesn't. He just doesn't. The Nomad's better than him, but there's a trade-off, though. Anthem responds with a kill. It's actually K6, I believe, actually stole the kill from him, but still, kills a kill.
15 seconds remaining.
Kill is always a kill, and it's a kill that's very much needed. The kills are going to be flying and going in Sleepy's favor. Mello once again coming up trumps on that Ash. And in the final kill is pre-firing as he goes. Short, sharp round there from Sleepy. As to be expected, continuing their fine form. And Pandora left wanting a little bit. Already looking to switch up bomb sites.
Yeah, straight away. Not playing around with trying to go for something new. I mean, I don't know if I'm like I said it before. There is 2 ways to look at it. One way to look at it is,
Defenders protect
yes,
your
you
bombs
lost
from
this
being
round in this
defused by
bomb site, but who's to say if you had another go that you wouldn't win it? You know, Siege is a game that can change in an instant. In a one-shot headshot mechanic game where, you know, it's a roll of the dice for a lot of times. You know, you could lose a round off being wall banged through 2 sets of walls. That can happen. What if that didn't happen? You know, that's the question about going back to a bomb site. Okay, what if this didn't happen? What if we did this? You know, that's the way you look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we saw it on Cafe earlier tonight demo when we there was a really long, dramatic spawn peak that was the wall bang.
5 seconds remaining.
The attacker had no business getting the kill, but one-shot headshot mechanic's a thing, and
Attackers are moving out to
you know,
locate a
it's,
bomb diffuser.
sometimes it be
Attackers
that
have dropped
way.
the bomb diffuser. Attackers
That's
recovered
just
bomb
the roll of
diffuser.
the dice of Siege sometimes. Trios is going to be going for a bit of a cheeky opener here, I believe. Out of the opening kills that Pandora have got, particularly over on Oregon, I think Trios was accountable for 4 out of 5 of them, so securing that opening kill, but it really wasn't leading to much in terms of round win.
Upstairs they go, which is the atypical position for the attackers, as you always take in from red and see where it goes pretty much. I mean, it is always a dangerous place, Ollie, trying to drop in towards that cigar shop, and obviously taking piano is quite the pain. So it will take a bit of time for the attackers, but because it is, I mean, Cafe is for the most part a pretty small map. You know, you can fit the entirety off it just in one view of the observer, as you see, explored by medics. Wall being opened by Ace as well gives them their point of access into piano. People on Windows also. Just taking their time, but this is really good pace, actually. They've already cleared out the shield in towards the corner. You know, a minute and 45 to go. You got the first kill as well. Yeah, this is phenomenal for them.
They've certainly had a cracking start here, as, like you say, not even halfway into the round, not really gained all too much in terms of progress, and already managing to pick off kills. EIZ got himself into Pixel, and it's a hell of an angle to have at this stage. Total control of piano. Easy looking to smoke off his corner and peek on through, but Stiz is going to be there with the kill. That's Diffuser cold on the ground, and it's a big kill there for Stiz. Even if he dies in this position, he will have done a decent job. Diffuser now recovered as EIZ goes on a bit of a tear, picking up a double, quickly turning the tide into Sleepy's favor. He's now able to reposition himself and just take a moment to breathe. All this time still remaining, nearly a full minute on the clock demo.
Trios looking to go big, but just not going anywhere. Round. Sleepy gang. It's just, they're walking in, they're getting the kills, and they're walking out with another round.
Sleepy gang again, just going for the walk-on in approach. And this one really is looking fairly clear-cut from this moment on out. Pandore really haven't been that close at all in this map on Cafe, and you know, they were close on a couple of rounds over on Oregon, but it didn't really amount to all that much. EIZ 6 kills 1 death after 2 rounds demo.
I really
Attackers need to
don't
locate and
know
defuse bombs.
if they have it in the locker. I don't know if Pandore have it to pull this back already. I know it's only been 2 rounds, but my word, they have been 2 very strong rounds for Sleepy Gang.
Attackers discovered the location of
Very,
the bomb.
very strong rounds. 2 kills for Pandore. Ollie, we're back into the same dilemma we were at last time. You know, there's
Yeah, just,
people getting kills, people aren't getting kills.
Yeah, there's a thin amount of kills on the side of Pandore, and that's not a bad thing. You know, don't forget, we've only seen 2 rounds of Siege, but they've only got 3 kills. EIZ's getting 3 kills around at this point. You know, you've got to do something to shut that guy down, or start picking up kills a little bit more evenly spread on side of Pandore, because at the moment you can't continue going down this path. And the thing is, you know, as soon as EIZ starts to drop off, Easy is right there ready and wait to pick things up. Currently 1-on-1, playing onto Ace, not really expecting the world off him in terms of kills, but he's got a lot of potential to do a lot of damage with that utility, and we've already seen what they're capable of. Sleepy do tend to move very quickly. They are not like their namesake. Don't make that mistake at all. They do move fairly quickly, and they are quite sharp. Steer's already been droned behind Bakery counter. Not sure how much utility he's got to actually play there for all too long, and Drios once again going to find the opening kill. Very good at getting the opening kills, but it doesn't really help his team win the rounds too much.
Stiz is going to be, I think, the first man to be under fire. Obviously, playing in behind Bakery is going to be a bit of an issue. Trio's upstairs looking for anybody who may be lurking out in the front, but Mello. Mello just has a little peek, fires 1 bullet, and he's gone.
Mel's been very consistent on the Ash all evening. He's currently sitting at 2-0, which is pretty good for an Ash player. Usually expecting them to get in on the entry, but often you'll find him alive at the dying point in a round as well, ready to impact on and finish off those final couple of players. Bakery control has now been gained. APAC going to be playing close to the breach, no doubt with the shotgun in hand, and of course he's still got 3 canisters at his disposal. Not much in terms of a top floor roam clear, but it's argued that it isn't needed because there aren't too many vertical holes that can be exploited, as the defenders haven't taken the time to make those angles. APAC going to find one onto Mello, shutting him down. Close on the breach, his location now known. Get some good chip damage onto EIZ, but look at the pinch coming through from Sleepy Gang. Eisen going to confirm that kill, further in the man count here for Sleepy. Anthem does trade one back, finding EIZ on a bit of a flank, but where are the air jabs placed? Is he going to be able to make a full rotation or not? K6, he's now going to get taken down by Easy. Anthem pushes his way on through sight, but gets cut down in his tracks. We spoke about him at the start of the round. He's the man to finish the round. Easy picking up those final 2 kills.
Sleepy, just so fun to watch. So clinical. I mean, White Tigers, take some notes, because the one thing that White Tigers were struggling with all night, Sleepy Gang have made it look so much easier. Easy made it look easy. Pardon the pun. "3-0. 3-0. I mean, everyone in Pandore has a kill now, but they're still losing 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, this is where it comes down to more than the kills. We say it time and time again. It's not always about the kills. It's about where those kills are coming from. Are they impactful? Are they getting trades off? And the answer to a lot of those questions at this point, particularly on Pandore's side, is no. You know, everyone's got a kill now, but we're at round number 3. We're in round number 4 now. They've got, what have they got? 6 kills? 6 kills in 3 rounds? We're now in the prep phase for round number 4. 2 kills around. It really isn't up to the pace. Losing out on a lot of gunfights, losing out on a lot of positioning, and really, you used the best word earlier there, Dan. Clinical display from Sleepy. They are really enjoyable to watch here, even if it is almost a little bit of a stomping. Drios has 6 opening kills so far for this match. This team has only won 3 rounds, so even when Sleepy are a man behind, they're still able to pull things out. I think that just speaks to some of the fragging power and the potential that they've got on that roster. EIZ proved himself already over on Oregon, a name that I recognize from previous CCS seasons, and coming into Cafe very strong indeed. Easy picking it up in that last round. Diju, a little bit quiet, but you know he's got it in his locker.
Hatch is open now. Simple task for Aizen now. Diju's on the Sophia. Very crucial operator, as we know, for clearing out the utility, and especially whenever we see operators like Goyo be brought, and same with Clash, you need that Sophia. That is a crucial operator. This is a different bomb site. Again, it's going to be down in towards that reading. So I would say it's probably going to play out very similar for Sleepy Gang. Perhaps the way that they're pushing down red and are already droning this area out leads me to believe that they may go for a mining take, which is very unusual and is not the norm.
Well, got himself out on the rappel. He's conscious that there's potential for a run out, and you know it's going to be Drios that's looking to do it. The opening kill getter is usually going to be the one that's getting out there and being aggressive, but this time it's going to be Anthem picking up that kill onto EIZ, shutting him down nice and early. Diju finds the scoreboard with that trade, with a 1-for-1, nice and clean there from Sleepy, not losing out on that man, and here they can start to further that advantage. Eisen picks up Stiz, and all of a sudden it's looking pretty good, but Drios, he's got something to say about it. He may not have got the opener, but he's going to get the 4th kill in the round. Over onto Diju, and that's now the Zofia gone. All of that utility left on the Zofia going to waste.
Triaz, though, he manages to pick up some kills and does put it in favor now of Pandore. This Clash is still lurking. Does K6 know where to look? Here comes the sledge running as fast as he can, but just decides to back off, knowing that somebody could be nearby, and it will be Drios. Quad kill for him. Gets them back in it. That's a good morale booster for Pandore.
It's a great morale booster for Pandore. Drios really putting his team on his back there. Quad kill on the round, bit of a flashy finish as well, just further practicing that recoil control and proving that he can do it. As you say, Demo, is it going to be enough? Downstairs now to kitchen and service, not a site that they've done too well with so far, but 3-1 isn't beyond the realm of possibility to start thinking about coming back from. As we enter round number 5, it is high time for the defenders to be picking up some rounds, because Cafe isn't the easiest map to attack onto, and you would expect the defenders to do a little bit better on their first phase. Instead, they have since switched things up to bar and cocktail. I don't think that's going to cause too many problems for Sleepy, as we did see them pull off a fairly succinct execute on here a couple of rounds ago.
Upstairs. What will change, though, for Pandore? Last time, it was just down to Nomad sweeping in and just killing everything. Just everything. Yeah. I think mostly for Pandore, they didn't get the trades. That was their main issue. It's similar to what we've seen in the previous game, where both teams there were struggling with getting the man count back. Sleepy Gang have been very, very dominant today at getting the trades. As soon as somebody dies, they're right onto it with another trade. They haven't really been steamrolled in any of the rounds. They haven't been overwhelmed. It's been very, very close because they've been getting those retrades, Ollie.
Sleepy have been really good at that, and that's what separates decent teams from great teams, is they're able to pull off those trades, and they recognize the value in you know, not letting that man advantage slip too far. And time again, we've seen Sleepy actually able to get the trade and then a kill in return, and maintain and regain that man count. This is always a bit of a cheap trick, the old C4 through the hatch. It's unlikely to catch anyone out here, as Sleepy, they are well aware. Easy's going to pay for it with a good portion of his damage, but he's still going to be alive and kicking. And as Ace, that's all you really need to be, because he's still going to be able to open that crucial wall into Piano.
Pandore, where are they going to go now? Trios looking to actually flank up Red, quite surprisingly. Looking for anything he can. Upstairs on top of red is where Easy's gonna be stationed. Is he gonna get caught out by that, though? By that flank? Hope not. All it takes is one flank drone, obviously, or just a simple nomad, and that should finish it off. See how that goes. But in the meantime, this is looking to play out very similar to how it did last time. Nomading off any rotations in towards Piano. Drios now slowly making his way up. Is there no air jab? Surely there has to be an air jab.
He seems to be moving very cautiously. The air jab now just going to be getting placed, and Drios has maybe missed his time to strike inside of the vase. It possibly will get shot, but I don't think Drios actually saw it go down, and with Eisen providing a little bit of cover from a hawk eye view, it could be time for Drios to make a bit of an alternate push, and that push looks like it's going to be up those wide stairs. He's still going to be able to impact somewhat. He could maybe get a swing kill here onto EIZ, as EIZ's now got multiple angles to choose from, but maybe Drios just missing his time to strike a little bit there, Demo.
Yeah, seems to be the case. Melusi causing some issues, though. Can't push down the white corridor enough, but a nice strong position to play from inside of bathroom. 40 seconds to go. Diffuser is going to be planted in his own smoke. Another Toxic Babe gets planted out, and oh, has to come off to Diffuser, else that would have been a dead ace for sure. However, will be the defenders winning the round. Anthem now, where's he going to strike? He's lurking and waiting for his opportune moment. Neezy's aware of that. Look at his HP. Hardly any at this stage, and Drios eliminates another one.
Pandore really coming into the ascendancy here. 2 rounds in a row now, and this is as good a time as any to pick things up because, well, they went down and they didn't have the best of starts once again, but it seems as though they have a bit of fight back. Round number 6, sixth and final round of Pandore on the defense. Going to take us down to Kitchen. Not a site they've done well with historically, but it does seem as though we are seeing a bit of a turn of the tide here.
Seems to be the case. I thought this would have looked a lot cleaner for Sleepy at this stage. But, I mean, granted, they played a lot better in the defense, did they not?
Yeah, Sleepy's defense was a lot better.
So, I mean, in that aspect, then this is fine for them. They got 3 rounds in attack. If they're a better defensive team, then, what, you know, why are they worrying?
I don't think that Sleepy are going to be worrying just as of yet. It's 3-2. There's a lot of the cafe yet to be played. As you say, when they get themselves onto the defense, that's possibly where we see them shine. We can see there in the little on-screen overlay we had a moment ago that this is actually Sleepy's map pick. So you would expect them to be fairly decent over on the defense, particularly on a map that they have chosen. Pandore, of course, choosing Oregon, it really not going in their favor at all. Bit of adaptation there as K6 is bringing out the Cade this time instead of the Goyo. Looking to keep control of that bakery wall, recognizing that that's an area that Sleepy do tend to push quite heavily. As they have gone for quite direct attacks and assaults onto this basement. Or onto this bakery, should I say.
I mean, it is kind of like the basement. It's the bottom floor. So, I mean, it says first. I don't know. Why did they call it the first floor if this is like the ground floor?
It's a clash between an American and a US.
Is it an American thing? I see. I see. Strange.
Because we have a ground, a first, and a second.
Yeah.
These guys just have a first and a second.
Strange.
Because I'd call this the first floor.
Yeah.
And I'd call this the second floor.
I would call that the second floor.
This is actually the third floor.
I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of like UK casters, we would call it that anyway, wouldn't we? We'd call it this the second floor.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, we make our own rules, you know.
Concussion ready.
This game plays by our rules.
Legion getting brought out this round, and Trio's managing to hit over onto Diju. Opening kill as well, going in favor of Pandore. They're now starting to make this opening kill count. We've seen previously where they weren't able to make anything of it, but last couple of rounds have gone in their favor. EIZ desperately trying to get a wallbang kill there. Instead, he's going to have to just settle for a little bit of chip damage. Doesn't actually manage to connect. Looking now to aggressively gone through, holding them off at just the wrong second, and Drios, by the skin of his teeth, is able to sneak his way downstairs.
Firing through a great gunfight going on in Gold Stairs, but it seems to be the attackers who will not win it out. I think the defenders right now, they're happy enough to alleviate any pressure away from the attackers above and will just sit happily on site. Easy though. Picks up the kill onto Drios, who did cause them so many issues the last round. K6, perhaps fishing? What can he catch with that C4? They've only left one player above. Will be Aizen. He's just remantling everything that is there. But yeah, for the meantime, I mean, I think right now Sleepy, they're set up pretty well. They have complete top floor control. They have their freezer open. Now it's just a matter of time to how well they execute.
It's uncharacteristic for Sleepy to find us in this final 10 seconds, but the kills are going to start flying now as EIZ and Ivan pick up one apiece. Anthem replies with one of his own, but is it going to be enough? 3 versus 2 now as the push comes on into sight. Easy finds a very important kill there onto APAC, and that's going to allow him the freedom to plant that diffuser. Anthem now in possible position, gets caught out by the air jab. EIZ with the swing. Sleepy take round number 6 and ensure that they enter their defensive phase with a round advantage.
4-2 on the attack. Really, really nice from Sleepy. Pandore, it was looking good for them. And then the collapse come in from Sleepy, and this is where we come back to it, Ollie. Sleepy right now, when they're execute onto the bomb sites, they have been outrageously good.
Even in no time as well, you know, 15 seconds for an execute. That was probably the tightest we've seen Sleepy have to do it so far this evening. Usually they give themselves a lot of time for that execute. We've seen him with as much as a minute left on the clock when they're really starting to circle like sharks onto that site. 4 versus 2 now in terms of round count. Moving on to the defense, it only looks good
Defenders,
from here
protect
on
your
out
bombs from
for
being
Sleepy.
defused by attackers. Bomb located by attackers.
Is that risky? From Pandore, or from Sleepy going straight for kitchen. I mean, I always thought like top floor was like your go-to. Like I thought top floor was like the most dominant one. It's like the best defender site. Is that kind of where you want to go? I mean, if you take a 5-2 lead, like that's morale and confidence completely into your team if you take that first round. I mean, obviously you can make the, you know, the objective saying, oh, but you know, if they win this, then they get to go upstairs and it's all handier for them. Yeah, that's true as well. But I mean, I just think top floor is probably your best one to kick things off.
Heading out to defuse a bomb.
Yeah, I always think top floor is a good place to start. I would agree.
You get a feel for it. I think, you know, like upstairs is very basic, very, very easy. You get a good feel for like who you're playing against and how they play.
It's, a lot of teams seem to be starting on these, not off sites, but like, I wouldn't say Bakery is like the best site to start, and I think you've got a much better chance upstairs in Bar and Cocktail. But obviously, it's you know, whatever the teams are familiar with. Maybe the mental game of starting off on the top floor is, you know, you've got a difficult job of actually getting into the building because you've got to clear from hatches, you've got to do drone work, you've got to get piano control. Whereas you kind of just have to give all that up in this sort of circumstance, and even if you don't give it up, Anthem's going to be there ready to peek onto you. Easy getting swung at the bottom of those red stairs, taken out nice and early. Someone that's not really found the same form that he had over on Oregon.
Trios looking for potential crouch walk and chasing no one. No one's there for him. Everyone else now is going to be moving on in and start taking control of that mid floor. Severe lack of soft destruction though. They have a banner with breaching charges, but yeah, no sledge is really going to hinder them, and no nades as well. I mean, they're missing a couple of components, it has to be said, Ollie, which is, makes me a little bit skeptical.
Yeah, they've not really given themselves the best opportunity in terms of kit and loadout that they've chosen. Also going for quite a strange push, you know, we're not seeing any pressure on that bakery door. That's allowing Mello to just sit behind that bakery counter pretty much for free. Now a little bit of vertical pressure comes on in, but all I see when I see multiple attackers upstairs here is I just see time. I think, how are they going to make that rotation? Are they going to start dropping hatches, or are they going to get kills and then be able to pressure? Because it's a very difficult job to get the kills, then be in a position to rotate off. And it seems as though that's what they are finding now, as EIZ finds a nice rotate kill over onto K6, but a bit of damage has been done in the site, and now we are looking a little bit light as DG swings out a C4 to confirm a kill onto a downed Anthem. Brings the man count back a little bit in terms of, you know, levelness, 3-2 now, but with a big push coming in through Freeze, there's a lot on DG's shoulders here to make his shots count.
DJ's eliminated though. Driaz comes in from behind, and now it's Mellow on a 1 versus 3 diffuser being planted. So much smoke covering off his avenues, off effect, and now he's in a post plant. 416 in hand. It is possible it is a Jaeger at the end of the day, but can he be the Meister? Looks over towards 1, gets the man in towards Coffee. That is APAC. Stiz inside a freezer. Driaz though, he's outside holding down into the corridor. Shots rattle through. Jiggle Peak shows the shoulder, and Mellow finds that one, but doesn't have enough to eliminate Stiz. Pandore, they win their first attack.
It's a well-timed peek from Stiz as well. He waits until Jaeger is out of ammo and then makes that swing on round. Easy kills, as free as you like. Bit of a criticism coming at Mellow's way, I'm afraid. He was a little bit AFK inside of that bakery. I think he could have read into the push coming in from that freezer side and vertically a lot sooner, and it really took until the diffuser was going down for him to move from behind that bakery counter. Had he moved a little bit quicker, maybe even peeked on down through Wedding toward Bar, we could have seen a bit of a different round there coming out for Sleepy. And it's small little nuances like that that are going to cost games, essentially. Obviously, it's only 1 round in this instance, but it does give Pandore a bit of a fighting chance here. And they're now at 4-3, and this is the closest that we've seen them be
Defenders,
in a long
protect your
time
bombs from
toward
being
taking a
defused by
lead.
attackers. Attackers have discovered the
Where
location of a
do
bomb.
we go in this game? I mean, we'll go back down to Kitchen again, which is extremely surprising. Really thought they would have went upstairs, but just not the case. I mean, granted, like you said, it was a little bit questionable for Mellow not being there, being able to support his team.
10 seconds left.
You know, whenever you take one guy who may have made the wrong call, and again, this comes back to my point. You know, it's Siege. What happens if Mellow was in a better position? Would the plant have went down? Who knows? That's it. And maybe we will see if we're going to change things up and we're going to go back here again. Vigil's out as well. Vigil and Mozzie. And Mute! Vigil, Mozzie, Mute. Whoa, classic combo with a trio, as I like to call them. The Three Musketeers, the Three Amigos.
Look how aggressively Anthem's peeking on through here as well. There's a big extended roam game going out from Sleepy. They've read into the push that Pandore gave last time, but what's happened? They've left themselves light inside a bakery, and they've allowed APAC to get himself straight on in as 8. Anthem aggressively pushed in as Ash and made sure everything was clear, and now they've got a bit of a job on their hands. What they haven't accounted for is the verticality. Sleepy have brought a lot of vertical angles here to play with, and it seems as though they are really going to force these attackers to root them out of those locations.
Yeah, good setup, definitely from Sleepy. It just forces Pandore, like you said. They have to go for this. They know what they need to do. And it just wastes more time, wastes utility. It's a big nuisance for Pandore now. They just can't push in from that one side. They have to go above. It's going to be tough, though. This is the thing, though. Yes, you're going to go for a hunt. You're going to try and hunt these roamers. But look at what you're hunting. You're hunting a Vigil and a Mozzie. 2 operators that are very tough to deal with because the drone denial that they bring.
Yeah, very difficult indeed, and it smacks of almost like a bit of a clubhouse extended roam SSG style strategy that Sleepy are trying to bring here, and you can see that they've just not quite got the information to be able to make that clear. Drios there getting found out, and it's not ideal because Drios has a lion's share of the kills currently on the side of Pandore, and it feels as though as if you deal with him, you're going to have a much easier time winning out the round. Easy finds one over onto Anthem, another talisman player for Pandore so far, and all of a sudden you're left with, you know, some lackluster kills on side of Stiz, K6 and APAC.
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
C4 now, ripped over towards the reinforced wall, but luckily enough, he's on his last legs. He's starting to wobble, but he's still up.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Sleepy now, 30 seconds to go. Main wall isn't open. Very little that Pandore can play off. Upstairs still in their control. Yeah, I don't think Sleepy are going to let this one slip, Ollie. I really don't think it's going to happen. APAC now walks into essentially his demise, and there's the first kill. One of many, I'm sure. K6, though, does respond with one kill, but Stiz just barely survived that C4, but will not survive Mellow above, and K6 as well, also getting pilled to the pistol comes out. Yeah, he's not going to make it happen. Gets one kill, sure, pads the stats, but Ollie, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It's a nice round there from Sleepy because they really changed the pace. They grabbed the round by the scruff of the neck and said, okay, no worries, we're just going to play this a lot more passively. And I think that's potentially a sneak peek into the potential that is on this roster, because so far we've seen them playing really well. We've seen them really well coordinated. We've seen them have nice compositions. But in that round particularly, considering the way that they lost the previous round, they made some really nice adaptations, some really nice changes, and just sort of said, look, you're not going to be able to do the same thing attacking us this time, because we're totally going to switch things up. And they did just exactly that. Totally took all of the momentum out of the attack that Pandore were looking to bring, and now again securing that 2-round advantage. 1 round away from match point, 2 rounds away from taking this fixture.
5-3, 2 rounds away for Sleepy Gang to finish us out. They now head towards that top floor. Anything out of the ordinary? I can't see anything at all. I think this is fairly standard. Goyo there for a bit of utility dump. Maestro is great for this top floor. A lot of information that you can gain, and obviously Valkyrie being available. I mean, once in a blue moon, we see a Valkyrie be chosen on Cafe because she gets through the banning phase, and whenever she is available, boy, is she scary. You can get some excellent Valkyrie counters in this map.
Demo, I've got a question for you.
Yep.
It's fun fact time. Do you know how many times or how often a blue moon happens?
Once every I don't know, 2 of them in a year.
Once every 3 months.
Ready for reach.
I said 2 of them in a year, so that counts, no?
No, that'd be.
I mean,
once every
technically,
6 months.
Don't want to be specific, but technically I am right.
How?
You asked how many blue moons. You says once every 3 months. I go at least 2 a year. I'm correct.
Okay. Blue moon once every 3 months, people. I didn't know it until the other day.
Or
and I think
twice
it's
a year.
Fun fact.
Or at least twice a year.
I mean, blue moon's thrown around as like, oh, this never happens, but you know, once every 3 months, it's not too bad.
I mean, if we're seeing a Valkyrie be let through once every 3 months, I mean, that's pretty strange in a time where the meta changes every week, so...
This is what I mean. You need to be careful about the facts that you're spewing out, Demo.
Spit those facts like I spit some bars, the way that the shots are being spat out from that Sophia, who has managed to not actually down Mellow. He's still alive. Somehow. Never mind. Spoke too soon.
He is going to get finished off, but not before Stiz is taken out of the picture. Losing Havana on this attack is not going to do any favors to Pandore whatsoever. Airdrop's now going to get deployed out as K6 trying to give himself a little bit of a safe working zone at the top of these red stairs. Anthem desperately trying to find out anything he can as Crouch walking his way through will be gifted with a kill over onto Diju. Getting caught a little bit short there. Static camera still up, so Anthem's location known, but the call out will be sufficient for the time being. K6 now looking to pressure on through. He's underneath New Hatch and maybe looking to try and find a nice angle. Man count advantage certainly on side of Pandore, but you cannot but think that positionally Sleepy are in a much better position. 2 kills there for the Maestro camera as Drios, he's making it happen.
Wow. Maestro turrets again. Deadly thing that is always going to be an issue. I mean, Drios is very, very lucky that he's still alive with us. One thing, though, that he still has to go up against is the smoke, with still 2 toxic babes in hand and an Alda still left. However, that Alda is starting to be pressured from below. Still alive and well. Look at these shields set up from Easy. There's the kill from the Maestro. K6 pushes in, tries to pre-fire in, but that's an easy one for Easy. Don't know how that kept happening, and Anthem almost gets the clutch, but no, runs out of time.
Sleepy showing good patience there as Anthem. It seemed as though no one had actually got a drone into that freezer area because those shields really started to take the players of Pandore by surprise, and that is going to secure a match point for Sleepy. Got plenty of opportunity to convert it from here on out. They're going to choose Reading Room and Fireplace as their first potential port of call. And well, there is a lot on the line here for Pandore. This isn't just for the map, this is for the series. Let us not forget, Oregon went the way of Sleepy 7-3. It was a 5-1 stomp on Sleepy's defense over on Oregon, and they've continued that fine form here on Cafe. Looking to take this 7-3 as well. But there is always time, there is always hope on the side of Pandore.
Being defused by attackers.
One thing that I'm really curious to see in the coming weeks is how these 2 teams stack up against other teams. Because I don't know if Sleepy Gang are just really, really good, or Pandore just aren't up to the mark. That's what I want to know. I want to see where the comparisons are made against other teams.
I think it's a mixture. Going into round number 8 of each map, Pandore has only had 3 players. Has had 3 players with only 2 kills.
The 2-man carry, essentially, is what that's referencing.
I think we need to work on the wording of these because they're not very easy to read.
They're Americans. Come on. Keep up, fella.
Basically, I believe what we're trying to say is that Drios and Anthem are going for the hard carry, which is interesting because K6 was doing his best over on Oregon, but has since fallen off a little bit of a cliff. 4, 3, and 6 are not the numbers that you would be expecting an ex-Pro League player to be putting up, but really struggling to get himself into this map. I think in answer to your question, Demo, are Sleepy good or are Pandore a little bit behind the mark? I think it's a little bit of both. I think Sleepy are decent. They're certainly not world beaters, but Pandore, they have struggled dearly this evening.
I mean, technically, if we look at all of the teams in this league, the team that has the most accomplishments and is supposed to be the best out of them, like if we're going off statistics and rankings, it is the XCL side, Homeless. They're the team that is supposed to be the best, essentially, because of, you know, who they are.
Quite
so
possibly.
That's where we're going to see it probably stack up, because if we know what Homeless are like against, you know, teams like M&M and teams like Kavana, obviously, then we're going to kind of know where to put the rest of them.
It's a big round here for Sleepy, and they are heading into it at a 1-man disadvantage. EIZ has been taken out nice and early. They've been providing the lion's share of the kills on the side of Sleepy. I don't think that's going to deter them all too much, though, as Drio's just getting his drone taken out there by a bit of a premature C4. It's still going to be a tough job to challenge onto the top of these white stairs. A Goyo Shield's going to push Eisen out of the picture, as Easy is in fact going to be down as well. Waiting to pop the Goyo Shield just to give him a little bit of surety, and looking now to maybe drop onto the hatch. I'm thinking to secure that kill over onto Easy, and Mello is going to be the first to bite back for Sleep. Drios being taken out there. A second for Mello. Nice rotation up those white stairs. And a third. He's going all the way. A kill comes in from Diju. It is now all down to APAC. We've seen him 1 versus 3 clutch before. Can we see him do it again? The kills are flying in as he does manage to take down 1 in the process, but his location now going to be known. 40 seconds left remaining. It's going to feel like an eternity for him. He has the diffuser in hand, but he is getting pressure pressured fairly heavily. Mello instead chooses to drop down onto the first floor just to really pile the pressure onto this sole remaining attacker. Sitting at just under 25 hit points, he has got a mountain to climb in this final 20 seconds. Just going to jump into drone, see if he can gather any final bits of
15 seconds
information
left.
before fully committing. Mello ready for the drop, does manage to take down the drone. The drop's going to come through. APAC finds the kill. He's done it once tonight before. Can he do it again? Going to go for the pre-fire shots. He's going up against a full health Diju here. No C4 in hand for Diju. He's going to have to aggressively push on through the smoke and secure this final kill. He will do so with ease. The dream was alive, but only for a split second. Sleepy, they're going to secure Cafe. They're going to secure the second map in this best of 3, and they're going to advance through our winners bracket.
Mello the Maniac, as what I will dub him, going up white stairs after you've lost full control, going through white, picking up that insane double kill, single-handedly dragged them through the mud. His team dragged through the mud, gets them that. Incredible stuff. Mello, really, really, really good.
So that'll wrap up the broadcast for us here this evening. Thanks to Demo and X for a fantastic night of casting for us, albeit a long night. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next week.